Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now, let's see what we have in store for you today. What if your wife cheated, confesses right away, and wants to work through things, but you have no idea if you should try or how to even start that process? Now, this story has two updates and community responses, so stay with us until the end of the video. Now it's time to listen to the story. My wife of 2 years, been together for 6, went to a metal concert a few nights ago. Her friend was working for the band, so she had the opportunity to spend a few hours backstage before the show. She had done this previously, so I didn't give it much thought. My wife gets to see and meet the band she likes, and her friend doesn't have to spend time alone with unknown men thanks to a buddy system style arrangement. As usual, she texted me throughout. When she got home that evening, she seemed strange, but she explained that it was very late and she was very tired, so I didn't give it much thought. The next morning, she confesses to me in tears that she ended up alone with one of the band guys for maybe half an hour, and they ended up talking, then flirting, then more. The extent of what happened is she sat in his lap, they made out, and she felt up the outline of his thing through his pants. He asked for more and asked her to meet him after the show. She claims she said no to both. She says I can contact her friend to fact check that they left together immediately after the show, but I haven't contacted her yet. She can't exactly give me a reason why this happened. She's a fan and was flattered by the attention and was just caught up in the moment and it was a mistake, etc. I mostly believe her that's all that happened, but I'm having trouble imagining that I can get past this. I feel sick, like I'm in shock. I don't feel angry right now and I can tell my wife is hurting and guilty. I want to try to give this a chance at least, but I have no idea where to start. Has anyone had success with something like this? Or should I trust my gut reaction that I'll never feel the same about her? I think this post was deleted from another sub, but I'm desperate to connect with someone over this. I'm too ashamed to talk to my friends about it. Now, before we listen to the next update, let's listen to a response from the community. Lone Ranger Man says, "Sorry, my friend, but you do not know 10% of the real story. I have toured with several bands, and I know what goes on backstage and what the other band members do. If your wife spent time alone with a band member, I can 100% guarantee you that she did the full deed with him. Girls or women who go backstage to be with a band member know exactly what is expected of them. Don't bother talking to her friend, she was probably doing the same thing too, and they have their story ready. Treat her like the cheater that she is and kick her to the curb. Hire a lawyer, file and serve her, and tell her that she has until it's final to convince you to stop it. Follow your lawyer's advice, and when they say it's okay, blow up her fantasy world. Tell your family and all your friends what she did. Never ever cover up for a cheater. They do not deserve it. Cheaters need to suffer the consequences of their actions. From now on out, record and document everything. Do not trust anything that your wife says, only what she does. Get tested for STDs and demand that she gets tested tomorrow and that she give you the written report ASAP. If you have children, DNA test them. Why? Just to make a point that you do not trust a word that she says. Stay strong and good luck. Now it's time for the first update. I'm sorry if it's too soon for an update, but I got a lot more info, so I figured I should share it with people who read my first post. Thanks all for the advice and for just reading my story. If nothing else, I feel less alone in this. I figured she would just lie, but I decided to reach out to my wife's friend anyway. She asked if she could call me and that I should take it somewhere private, so I went out to my car. Here's what she told me about how things went down. I put all this in order as the convo was very jumbled. Prior to the show, my wife made some comments to the friend, saying that the band guy was attractive and asked her friend if she thought she had a chance, hypothetically. The friend said she thought it was odd but figured she was being light or jokey. The band guy, who is 55 by the way, and my wife were flirting heavily and openly in front of the friend the whole time while they were backstage, to the point where the friend texted my wife asking her what the H her problem was. The friend left them alone not even close to half hour, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, while she went to her car to put her supplies back and came back to find them, as my wife described, sitting in his lap and making out. Prior to leaving them alone, she had asked my wife to go with her, and my wife repeatedly refused. They broke it up on the friend coming back. The band guy thanked the friend for her services but called her a POS. He asked if they wanted to party after the show, to which the friend said no and my wife said yes. The friend practically dragged my wife back to her car after the show, and only then did my wife begin to panic about the friend possibly telling me. The friend told her that she wasn't sure what she would do. Her friend is angry at my wife and told me she's decided to cut her off. She feels she made her look unprofessional and like a groupie herself, and she's very mad she had to walk to her car alone at night because of her, and she's disappointed in her for cheating like that. So there you have it. It's likely my wife didn't do anything more than what she said, but she definitely would have. She lied about it and tried to get ahead of the truth. Yeah, I'm done. I'm pretty sure. Now, let's listen to a few more responses on the first update before we go to the final. Mehi Table 888 says, I'm so sorry, but this is exactly what I thought. I've heard of stories very much like this before. Some women are groupies, and your wife seems to be one. Does she have a prior history of being very into bands, concerts, and music, even before she met you or early days? I figured that's why she told you this, because she thought someone else would. She would definitely have gone all the way with that guy if the friend was not there. I would be very surprised if this was the first time. This is very bold behavior for someone who hasn't done anything like this before. Cheating is always disgusting, but being a band groupie somehow seems even worse to me. I'm a hardcore type, but if I were you, I would assume that this was not the first time that she has been looking to cheat on you. I would talk to a lawyer and start a divorce. I don't see saving this, nor would I want to. That's pretty damn low to me. Cronok says, while I still don't believe that this is the whole truth, let's just assume that this is the whole truth. What does that tell you? In the end, it tells you all that you need to know. But most of all, one thing. Your wife didn't hesitate for 1 second to cheat on you. No internal conflict, no guilty conscience, and you hadn't even crossed her mind. That is not the mindset of someone who has never cheated before. That is the mindset of someone who loves to cheat and has done it before. For your wife, only one thing has changed. This time someone else was involved and didn't like she was called a cheater. She never regrets what she did, only that she might be exposed. There you have it. You have all the information you need. Please go to a doctor to get tested for STDs. Meet with a lawyer. Talk to someone you trust, from friends or family. Tell them what happened and ask for support. Tell your wife that she is no longer welcome in the bedroom and record all future conversations with her. Inform her about the recording beforehand. Keep in mind that you don't know the person you are living with and what she is capable of right now. So protect yourself. She is not the person you thought she was. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. Now we have a final update coming up. But before that, if you like what you heard so far, please hit that like button and notification bell so this story will reach more and more beautiful people like you around the world. Now here is the final update. I'm going to try and keep this brief. I know I said I was done, but I just wanted to update since a number of people have asked. I appreciate again all your kind words and support. I asked my wife to give me a few days to think things over alone, so she went to stay with a friend. She would blow my phone up every other day or so, alternating between being apologetic and angry with me. She told her family I kicked her out. I eventually told them why, but I don't think they believe me. I did decide to divorce her. I have a lawyer and getting ready to start the process. I'm not sure how that's going to shake out for me yet, but I don't feel I have another option. Whatever happens, I'm just glad we don't have kids together. I informed her and then she hit the roof. We went through every stage, her crying and apologizing, to making promises, to getting angry, trying to make me sound crazy and downplaying what happened. She said some awful things, how no one else would love me and what a failure I am for giving up on 2 marriages. Yes, this is my second marriage. Eventually, I just hung up and I haven't taken her calls since. She had a case to stay in the house, of course, but she is opting to move in with family. I left for the day while she packed her things to avoid her. I don't think she even has a lawyer yet, so things are sluggish and even texting her is terrible. So I think I'm going to go no contact and just have my lawyer communicate for me. This part is petty, but it's the only thing making me feel a little bit better right now. I met with her friend, the one who informed me, for a beer. She's still friends with my wife's other friends and let me in on some gossip. Wife has tried hitting up the musician on Instagram and has got nothing back. She's deluded that they had a connection. It's almost sad. Her friends all think she's crazy and messed up hugely by doing all of this. They make fun of her behind her back. It's kind of brutal. So her telling me how sorry she is and still trying to get with this other guy is sick. And I know I made the right decision. I'm not going to lie, I'm in a really bad place. I just don't know how I could be so wrong about someone. I know all the advice about working on myself, but right now I'm just getting through the days. And that's the end of the story. Well, OP, it's tough. And I've had people go off on me saying I like these sorts of endings, but I do not. I wish you never had to deal with this, my friend. I wish she would have been decent and honest and honorable and worth your time. But she chose to do what she did. She did not make a mistake. She made a series of conscious choices and decisions. She created the situation you had to solve for your best life. She doesn't regret betraying you. She regrets that she's lost you due to her actions. You are doing the right thing by getting free of a cheater. It's very hard now, but it gets easier day by day. So stay strong. You're doing the right thing, the only thing you can do. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment, and share the story if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.